revisited top 30 list because I haven't. Oh, don't shoot that bee away. What the hell is your problem? Because I'm always changing my games, and I was just making a video talking about Fallout. I might redo it, but why I didn't originally put Fallout on my list this time. I don't really have rules here of one game per franchise either, though I'll try and stick to at least being unique enough with my list, hopefully, that most of them are different. And it'll be a top 30 this time. Last time I did a top 20, I believe. We're playing Division 2. No, Division 2 is not on my top list. Definitely not even close. We're just playing it because I want to... Well, I wanted to play it as well as I want to get through it. Where's audio settings? Set that down to 75. There you go. There. So I actually had to write out some of the games in case I forgot. There are games that I will be sad I missed while making this list, but nonetheless.
Got it, position! Coming from behind that barrier!
Incoming hostiles! Keep firing and take them out! Keep coming! Hold the line!
Something weird about the sensitivity right now. Hold on. So, let's start off with my number 30 game. 30. Hold on. There's sensitivity. Ugh. I don't see it, bro. Okay, yeah, So let's see what we have. Can you guys quiet down over there? So, okay, I know what my number... Okay. So my number 30 is going to be... I've been trying to decide on this. I don't think this should actually be my number 30, but over the years I've come to really love this horror game. And, that has to be... Somehow, I like Division 1's somehow. That's weird. Because I prefer this game when I was playing it on Xbox. It seems like something about the controls I like.
Shit, they got it! I'm in a bad way here!
Agent! We have to get down there to help him!
There you go. But I have to say number 30 has to go to Alien Isolation.
Okay.
The horror game Alien Isolation has just become a game that I have to have installed, and I always, once in a while, get in the mood for it. It's just a really good, solid horror game with great atmosphere, great setting, real love for the franchise and its design and stuff, and scary goddamn game with a really intelligent AI that blows my mind at times. And yeah, it's really fun. I've even come to kind of know how to speed through certain parts of the game, but not all, speed run the whole thing, of course. I love the game enough to be like, this is a really fun, scary game, and I've almost 100%ed all its achievements on Xbox, except for one, and that's don't die once in the whole campaign. That's freaking difficult. For me, anyway. I could probably keep my deaths down to a minimum, but goddamn how smart the alien is. It's gonna be difficult. My idea of doing that, and I went into that, was put it on the easiest difficulty, and if you even remotely think the alien's about to kill you, press pause and go back to last checkpoint.
How is this possible? Get down!
And then, yeah, I think that's about it for
Someone
see
has to
this, by
say
the
it.
way?
We can't just leave these people
Shut
here.
up. Shut your face. Can I skip this
For
too?
granted. We
I'm
expect
gonna skip you
It's
too.
been 7 months since the outbreak.
Ubisoft.
We still live in
Ubisoft.
fear of the virus,
Ubisoft.
the green poison.
Green poison.
The real danger is out there, waiting.
Graveyard. Nice. Anyways, I don't think there's much more I can say. I think the characters are fine in the story. It's like Alien. It's Alien story. So, yeah, number 30 is Alien Isolation. Let's move on to number 29. So, I had to write down, why is the text chat not working? I had to write down my list for this. So next, let's see.
I really need to get this game back on.
Oh, okay. Division 2. This isn't going to be on my top 30 list, by the way. Definitely not even close. Speaking of that, number 29, I think I'm going to have to say, looking through this, I gotta say that Myst Riven is my favorite Myst game, which I think that's like the third game in the series or whatever. I love Myst Riven. The Myst series is just such a... It's a game that makes me feel smart, like a smart filler. Playing it. I love its puzzles. It's up there with, like, my friend loves Portal 2. It's up there with the Portal games. I love the Myst series. And Riven's probably my personal favorite. I remember that game having the most atmosphere to its world and setting, that its puzzles were the most memorable, and whatever set pieces it has, like that interesting looking building, giant ball building that's like on the cover of that game, it's just such a great puzzle game with really smartly thought out puzzles. What else can I say? But it was the one that stuck with me the most. I think the classic Myst is also really good, and that one sticks with me. But like, something about Riven was just such a fun experience, such a interesting one as well, that I don't think I'm going to be forgetting for quite a while. So, and I hope to revisit it one day. But yeah, I remember having a lot of fun with that game, and thinking it was one of the smartest designed puzzle games I've played. Hold on a sec.
I've got eyes on a division agent heading north toward the White House. Looks like they've cut down a group of hyenas and are headed this way.
Agent, if you can hear us on this frequency, keep pushing forward and blindside these bastards.
Okay. Anyways, I think I'm done with number 29. Let's move on to number 28. So I do kind of know where I placed some of these games, by the way, but I don't know where I would place all of them. I think the next one I gotta say for number 28, I think I gotta go with, man, I think I'm gonna go with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood on that. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. It's where I think Ezio is at its best as a character. Even though 2 is really good, there are still some things that piss me off in 2. Like, I freaking hate the ending and all the tedious stuff that does. But other than, as well as, like, I don't find it quite as fun to explore the open world, or as interesting as Brotherhood. It's still a great game. Brotherhood is just near perfect. Like, Ezio was kind of like in his bratty teens days or whatever. In Assassin's Creed 1, and then Assassin's Creed 2, or Brotherhood, he was, not Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2 and then Brotherhood, he was a lot more mature. I love the design. There's probably a reason why that design of Ezio is used a lot in a lot of different promotional material and such. And like crossovers like Soul Cal and such, Soul Cal 5 was it, I think. And I love the story of that game. Love the characters, the villain stays with me. And I just like seeing Ezio at like this mature point, but still growing as a character. And then, of course, Revelations was like his old man phase, old man Logan phase. So, by the way, I have beaten this game before. I actually been playing through the New York DLC, but I don't have that save on here. That is on my Xbox. This is PlayStation. Sorry if I pause once in a while. It's because I am a little focused. Come on. Goddamn head out. Asshole. There we go. Alright. Anyways. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood's always been a personal favorite of mine. I absolutely love that game. I also love that it's one of the games that got the crossover with Metal Gear Rising at the time, which was pretty cool. I think Metal Gear Solid 4 crossed over to Assassin's Creed at the time. It had like an Altair outfit in that. But just a fantastic Assassin's Creed game, one of the best, and I hope to play it for the channel sometime. Now, that was 28, so moving on to 27. I think 27, man. This is a hard one, these next two, so... I think Chrono Trigger is personally a better game than Secret of Mana. But 27 is going to be Chrono Trigger, and then 26 is going to be Secret of Mana. I'll talk about why in a sec. Chrono Trigger is a masterpiece. I love the art style. I love the story. I love just like the beginning intro alone. And you play that and you realize your actions actually have consequences within that little festival area is freaking cool to see how that plays out later on. Why is this? Okay, so that's why. Grant special deliveries, huh? What? Okay.
I can't watch this, it's making me want to buy a game I cannot afford or an exit.
Oh, Division 2? Don't worry. Don't worry about that. You're not really missing out, in my opinion. I mean, Division 2 is way better than Division 1, in my opinion. I think that it fixed a lot of the problems, but I wouldn't say that it's an amazing game. It's kind of got that, like, I don't know what to say. Destiny was, kind of reminds me of the
had
similar
a few hundred hours
problem.
on 360.
Yeah. But no, like, I do think it's a good game. Like, I would give it a 7 out of 10, but I don't know. It's not a game that I'm saying to myself, I gotta rush out and buy this. But who
I would
knows?
say
If
it was
you're the
amazing
person,
for a type group.
if you're the kind of person who wants it really bad, well, I guess I would say be careful with your money, first off. maybe there's something else I want to say for it.
This
And
is
two,
you.
yeah,
Welcome
like
to DC.
that's totally fine if
I'm Manny. I run
you
comms.
want to,
I'm guessing the division alert brought you here?
like if you
Damn
feel
glad
like
to
it's a
see you.
game you're going
Let
to
me show you exactly how
put in the
screwed we
time
are.
and effort to, then
Ever since the JTF
yeah,
imploded, the city's become a
go for it.
playground for murderous
Otherwise I would
fuckheads.
say
There are
save your
several
money.
main factions and a whole lot of bottom feeders sucking up whatever the big dogs miss. A few civilian settlements are
How
still
about
holding
you
out against all this.
shut up? I just want to play the game. You stupid thing. Thank you for the skill unlock.
By the way,
The
Agent,
hell did I
head
have in my...
downstairs and check in with the quartermaster.
Just
He
saw
can get you set up
something.
with some division tech. You're gonna need the edge.
Where is it? Whoa. Bit laggy. Wait, where is it? Just in my
I
inventory?
just wish it went on sale as often as other games its age. Been watching it for a few months now.
Oh, it should go on sale eventually. Let's hope that it goes on sale, because I'm pretty sure I've seen it on sale from time to time. What the hell? Why do I have these? I can't use those. They're all level 30. Is this something to do with my game on the Xbox? You owning it
I
on the
started
Xbox?
looking the day after summer sale.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, now then. Yeah, I can't use these. Oh, wait a minute. I recognize this. I think this is a Ubisoft Connect one, maybe? No, no. It's a different one. That's a cool looking rifle. What's this? Huh.
Probably a
It's pretty
package you
cool.
got with the game.
Oh,
Warlord gives you 2 guns.
it's got like electricity coming off of it. Yeah. Okay. That's the snake. Oh, I don't remember having that. Okay, that might be a Ubisoft Connect thing. Let's put that in the shotgun spot. Oh, I'm level 2, that's why. Can't use it yet.
That's
Alright.
my gun. Give it back, lol.
Don't know how to do that. I do gotta use those if I get to level 30, that is. I don't know how much I would play of this, just because, I don't know if I'd want to dedicate the time right now. I'm playing it now because I just downloaded it, and I'm like, hey, why not? Let's see, what did I think I like using the turret. Let me unlock, please. There you go. God, do I have to hold it down for that long? Alright. Is it set to one of my...
Goodbye. The theater settlement is off
Yeah,
to the east.
goodbye,
You'll probably
Dink.
run into some trouble along the way.
Alright.
You'll have to do this block by block.
Is there
I'm
somebody...
sure you'll be fine.
Is there a store around here? Hold on.
To be honest, it's a lot of fun if you have some people to run it with you. Massively more fun. I would join if I could, but crossplay or not, my 360 is.
Yeah. Oh. Screw you, Dink. Get out my face. Where's the next mission, lady?
Agent, we've just received a distress call from New York. There's been an attack on the division, and they requested immediate support. Meet me on the White House South Lawn. There's a helicopter prepped for us. We need to leave now.
Hope you're ready to go to New York.
Really?
I always named my agent Smith.
Mr. Anderson. We've been expecting you, Mr. Anderson. Oh, wow. Okay, we got some, players yet. No, I don't even own it for the PlayStation. I own it for the Xbox. I don't think I've beaten it yet. Or if I have,
neighborhoods you'll be moving through are hyena territory. They're a bunch of vicious assholes who prey on the weak and vulnerable and kill for kicks.
I hate that you're
And
stuck
they
there
destroy
when
whatever
you
they
start
can't steal for themselves.
that
They've been
New
an
York
especially
DLC.
serious problem for the theater settlement.
It makes it hard for you
Given the
to
situation,
go
we
back
need
to
the
the
help
main,
of the settlements.
main
They can't
area
do much
here.
if they're struggling to survive.
I'm all
So see what
PC
you
at
can
this
do to take some
point,
pressure off
generally
them.
Steam.
But don't forget that we have to get the Shade Network back to full strength. In a lot of places, the Division has been the only thing holding people together.
And this game loves the
Most
talk,
agents
just
are
like
completely
me.
cut off.
Oh.
They're not going to last long without support.
Something weird about the frickin'... I was trying to change the sensitivity earlier. Are you gonna come down? Frick off. There, give me your loot bit. What was I talking? I was talking about Chrono Trigger. But yeah, Chrono Trigger, I think I was talking about like the beginning of the game, like how it changes the course of the story depending on what you choose to do there. But yeah, I love the characters, I love the art design. It was the creator of Dragon Ball Z, is one of his earliest games he worked on. And it's seen in a lot of people's eyes as a near perfect game, and I absolutely love it, but there are other games that, like, I got into over it. And Secret of Mana, which is number 26, was one of those games. See, I just have a soft spot for the Secret of Mana series. I definitely think that... Come on, let me... Frick you. Just trying to pick that up, Dink. Let me pick it up. Thank you. But, the movement's a lot smoother in this game compared to the first Division. As well as I just like how much more colorful this game is, and, well, of course the graphics are better. That's a given. But, yeah. I think that's as much as I'm going to say on that. On this, because I want to talk about my favorite games. Secret of Mana. I grew up with Secret of Mana. I played it because I had like a 3-player mode with my brother and my mom. It was just a game that I have a lot of nostalgic attachment to. And that, I love the story, art design. I grew into its other games as well. I'm almost liking the later one. I can't remember the name of that one right now off the top of my head. I just remembered another... There are definitely other games I want to put on the list because I was just thinking of Fable, and I don't think I put Fable on the list. I'm a big Fable fan. But whatever. If I put a Fable game, it would either be 1 or 2. I think 1 for its story and villain and setting, and then 2 because I love the extra content that game has, as well as Puppy that follows you and introduces co-op. But it's not on this list, sadly. From what I'm looking at, I forgot to put it on, and even so, it's still a great game nonetheless. But I might as well give it an honorable mention, because I almost forgot it, and I might even say some other honorable mentions that I think about along the way. Hey, Dink.
I'm gonna fuck you up now.
Hey.
I love it, Daddy.
Screw you. Bit. Oh, can I play with his body?
I kind of have a
Damn
hot
it.
take for Fable. Movement felt bad and I didn't like the art style, so I never gave it a further chance than about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, the director or whatever behind Fable's kind of pretentious, honestly. But I still love those games. I even think the third one's not that bad. What's this? Oh, we got an echo recreation.
I gotta get back to work. Thanks for the movie.
But, yeah, Fable was a series I absolutely love. Fable 2 is probably the best just because you got co-op, got some cool armor sets in that game. You got like a Master Chief armor
I
set.
did try again for Fable 2, same story, but not the third.
Yeah. Fable 1 I prefer the story and the villain of over Fable 2 because Fable 2 has a really terrible villain. He starts out doing a really evil deed by throwing children out a window. And then at the very end, all it takes is shooting him once and he dies instantly. He's just such a pathetic villain. The villain, Jack of Blades, was just such a much better villain.
I watched them like a series on YouTube and it was awesome.
That's kind of why Fable 1 and 2 is hard for me to decide between, because I prefer certain things in Fable 2 over 1, but 1's just a complete package with story, villain, and characters, where 2, it's still a great package, but there's some problems here and there, like the villain, once again, was just very underwhelming. Very underwhelming indeed. Yeah. Secret of Mana, I had to put it on here. I love its art style. I was a big fan of it. I have a nostalgic attachment to it over the years. And I always played it more than Chrono Trigger, even though I think Chrono Trigger is technically the better game.
The woman who runs it is named
every way, shape, and form.
Try to stay on her good side.
But that's just me. So, and this is my personal list, bitches. No.
The first Fable came from an era of complete games where people expected good writing and game. Fable 2 was in the early new era of gameplay.
Yeah, that is true. Fable 3, I thought Fable 3 was pretty good. I don't think it's definitely the weakest game. It has a lot of problems that have already been touched on in several other people's videos, so I don't think I want to touch on them here. But I definitely think that if you're talking about what the best Fable games are, that's the third best, where I think the second is the second best, and then the first is the first best. I'd have to think about that, because once again, I said I'm very split on which one I like better, 1 or 2. Because there's certain things I love. I haven't even mentioned like side quests with that. Of course, I've tried Oblivion. A matter of fact, you might even see some Elder Scrolls games on this list. Sorry, I'm just standing here. Oh, this is the base. Okay. Yep. This is the main base. Been here a lot. I think I made Geralt from The Witcher in my version of Division 2 on Xbox. Right now I have a character, I don't have his face showing, but I wanted to make Sam Fisher, but realized that there's no Sam Fisher Splinter Cell outfit in this game, it's only in Division 1. So that sucks. There's an Assassin's Creed outfit in Division 1 that it's like really rare. I don't know how you get it, but like I've only seen 1 or 2 people with it. It's a super rare outfit, and I think you get it through like a almost like it's part of a E3 deal or something. But yeah, that sucks. I wish they brought that skin more to everybody. Oh, this is your weapons. This is great. Love your. Oh wait, I have new gear. Sweet. Oh, not here. Whoops. What the frick am I doing? All right, I wanted to change to this. I said, oh, I'm still level 2. What? What is this? I'll change to that. Why not? Are these? Hold on. What ammo do you use? Let's see. So that is. Oh wait, it's at the top now. Okay. And this? Okay, so I'm gonna change you. Change you to this. Do I have a new pistol? Nope. I have a new vest. Sweet. Use that. Awesome. Alright. Okay, and that's that. Alright, I think that's everything. Now piss up, mate. Alright, we got some players here too. Level 2 and a level 23. Let that play. What is next? So I think I'm at 26, now I'm at 25. I think I said all I had to say about, I'll talk briefly because I made a video talking about Oblivion and the other Elder Scrolls. I love Oblivion, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Oblivion. It's a comedic masterpiece as well. And it's a very quotable game. There's a lot of fun quotes in it. I find both Morrowind and Skyrim better, though, because I find Oblivion a bit generic. It's got a very generic kind of English medieval setting for a series that's like so fantastical and out there with its designs. And of course, Skyrim is very Nordic. But I just found it more creative. Like, take for example monsters in Oblivion. It's like, okay, your enemies, you got a minotaur, okay, the Greek mythology thing. Got the typical zombies and goblins, okay, typical fantasy and such, or some Walking Dead show, I don't know. It's just got very generic, like, I don't even remember most of the cities other than like Anvil and Kvatch. Because a lot of cities also feel very generic medieval setting to me. And then Imperial City, which is of course the best city, there's a lot of things that kind of feel like they rip off, or not really rip off, but take a little too directly from Lord of the Rings, their designs. And the Imperial City kind of feels like just white Isengard. And even the Daedric armor looks like Sauron's armor the most in that game. They changed it up for Skyrim, and I love its interpretation in Skyrim. It's really cool.
Portable device detected.
And of course, the game's just really hard for me. Like, I made a video talking about Fallout 3 and New Vegas, where they're just ugly games I have a hard time looking at the character models in and such. And Oblivion has that same problem for me, where it's just kind of an ugly game I have a hard time looking at. And it feels like it has a lot of bloom. It's so ridiculously bright and colorful. There is good things. There's a lot of stuff in each Elder Scrolls game that balances each of the games out. And whenever I mention the Elder Scrolls games, I always talk about their beginning intro song tells you exactly what you're in for when you're playing an Elder Scrolls game. Can these guys shut the frick up already? There we go. But I always say the Morrowind has a very fantastical, very alien, mysterious world, and you get that from its theme song. And then Skyrim is booming and epic. It feels very theatrical and action-packed kind of fantasy world, and it gives you exactly that. Like the intro kind of speaks that too. It's very theatrical and stuff. Then Oblivion's generic, generic fantasy. It's got a very generic version of the Elder Scrolls song, and over the years, its theme song is the one that stands out the least to me personally, at least. If you love Oblivion, of course, continue to love it. I've seen people say it's the best Elder Scrolls, and I don't have a problem with that. But I just always found it kind of generic in comparison to what we got, and even before. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine about some of the different guilds in Skyrim, even though they're not nearly as fleshed out or as deep as other Elder Scrolls games, and they do have very simple and to the point kind of storylines. they do have a lot of interesting politics as well as other things that go on within them that connect between certain parts. Like, for example, if I was to talk about the Thieves Guild's not doing well, and you're the one to help them get back to the greatness that they used to, the great guild they used to be. And it's kind of like they're in with the Blackbriars, and the Blackbriars are like the equivalent of this mafia that owns like a meadery.
Intercepted.
And they're in with the
It might be a diversion, so be ready.
They're in with one. They're like kind of making deals between one another, and it's cool to see how they function and like control the city of Riften, and like how the city has gone to like poverty and stuff. It's interesting the effects they have on them. I never felt that with a lot of the factions and the story and lore of Oblivion.
Orders to interact with the guilds in Skyrim, which involves doing certain world events at certain times and...
Yeah. But I kinda liked the different backgrounds and like what their effect on the cities or the world itself was. Where I didn't really feel a lot of that. The best guilds in Oblivion is the Thieves and the Dark Brotherhood. They are freaking awesome in that game.
Intercepted.
And then, even though I think that they're very short campaigns for the each of the guilds. Sorry, they're kind of distracting me talking. Shut the fuck up! No. But I think one of the things is they're short but sweet. And also, I remember the characters stay with me more, especially when maybe not compared to the Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild in Oblivion, but I will say the companions
normally and doing 100 at random is like 40 less interesting.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. But like man, I hate the Mages Guild. Straight Up Irish, which I love Straight Up Irish, absolutely loves that guild, and I never got why he loved that guild. That guild pisses me off. Like, Skyrim's Mages Guild, even though it's such a small quest line and such, and it is kind of disappointing compared to what the stuff we've gotten in the past, I think because you're moving from one guild location to another, you're never able to stay focused with certain characters, so they don't always stay with you, because you're always jumping around to different guilds and doing their quests, and the characters just don't have that same staying power as what Skyrim was able to do. And then next, you don't even really need to use, like, the game doesn't really give you a way of teaching you to absolutely use one or two puzzles where you have to use magic, and one of those puzzles is absolutely stupid. It even pissed off General Sam. I remember watching his video with it. and that even though the rewards are cool and such for the Mages Guild, goddamn, it's just such a boring quest line. Such a forgettable frickin' guild, and that was one of the most painful for me to get through. It was boring. Doesn't help that a lot of their dungeons are samey. At least Skyrim, I do think their dungeons have enough variety going on.
Have more potential.
Yeah. And what else is there? So it's funny because I don't think the main story of Oblivion. Sorry if I'm focusing between these two. Shoot your frickin' turret elsewhere, dink. Okay, that's it. Speaking of turret, where do I throw this? I'm gonna throw it somewhere where there's not gonna be. Okay, there's something in this way. Frick. I couldn't throw it far! No, I just want my turret back. Give me.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Shut up. And your face, son. Played this in a while.
Dark Brotherhood is my favorite, but also just isn't super well written either. More questions than answers.
Yeah. Once again, I don't want to bash on Oblivion, and I think that if you love it, once again, like I'm saying once again multiple times, there I go again. Like I still think it's a fantastic game. I still love that game. Ironically, comedically. Somehow I like the. I don't know if it's my sensitivity or if I just better with the aiming in Division 1. I was just playing Division 1 not long ago.
I was talking Skyrim.
It might... Yeah. I still enjoy Skyrim. Dark Brotherhood, but I can get that it is a weak storyline and characters. Well, kinda. Characters are pretty good. I don't mind them. But I think there's more focus on a lot of the guilds compared, like I'm able to have staying power, especially when it comes to the equivalent of the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild, because in Oblivion they throw you to so many guilds in different cities. It's like there's so many different characters, you can't stay focused with just one or two.
Characters were decent. Just weird plot straight up.
They never had staying power with me. We're in Skyrim and even Morrowind, weirdly enough, I found that I remembered the characters a lot better in both those games. Even though Morrowind technically does the same thing, but you usually remember more of what you read than what you hear, so voice acting doesn't always, like, I guess that's another problem with just, like, utilizing voice acting in that situation. You're just kind of like, it's not gonna stay with you quite as powerful as, something you read. So Morrowind kind of has that advantage a little bit, unless you're somebody that's bored and just skips what they're saying. But then you wouldn't be able to play the story and such. Understand what people's saying, so it would just be a game that you just kind of be like, oh well, crap! I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. I have to read this to understand where I'm going
the
and
characters
such.
You would want to companion and sometimes let you choose, sometimes not.
Yeah. And I love some of the companion characters, and whether it's followers or the Companions Guild. I liked the Companions Guild. A lot of those characters are great. Ayla is my babe, my bae. But yeah, I freaking love each of the guilds. I just think that the Fighters and the Mages Guild was unfocused. And they actually teach you magic in the Mages Guild in Skyrim. They actually have parts where you have to utilize magic for puzzles, where there's the one piece of crap puzzle, as I said, in the Mages Guild in Oblivion. So even though it's not the greatest story in the way it's very short, it still finds a way to utilize magic more than Oblivion does.
Or whatever the leader of the Brotherhood's name was. She's unsavable and not a companion either.
Yeah. Glad I'm able to hear what you're saying, otherwise. Hey, frick off. I have to pull up my phone otherwise to freaking see stuff. I can't wait to get a PC. There's so many games I want to play. Because I want to record Morrowind, and I do want to record Oblivion one of these days. I have PlayStation Plus service that gives you access to play Oblivion, but then I found out, oh crap, it's a streaming game, so I can't record it though for YouTube or anything, so that sucks. It won't let me, at least. But once I get a PC and have my Elgato set up to that, I might even have to replace my Elgato, I'll have to see. But, and I can't say when I'll get a PC, but I'm hoping soon. Because I actually have an idea of that I want to get when I want to make it faster than usual too, because I don't want to keep my friends, especially that I've made on YouTube, waiting. And I'm sorry for them waiting on me. But money situations,
There are some
typical
decent
stuff.
laptops coming out too.
I want a PC. I want a PC. I mean, I would get a laptop, but I might go
from PC to laptop.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking into different things. My friend might help me build a PC. He knows PCs way better than I do. Actually, I have two friends. One of them actually works for a PC company or whatever the frick, and the other one just, he's very knowledgeable in that crap. So it's best I leave it up to them to help out. Yeah. Thank you.
I just found an ammo stockpile. I'm gonna detonate it.
I talked a lot about Elder Scrolls. I do have Elder Scrolls games on this list, so I might as well get to them because I spent a really long time talking about them. What is my next game? So I was at 25, I believe. Did I say what 25 was? Let's see. Alien Isolation, Riven Mist, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana. I don't think I... Wait a minute. Oh, that would mean I'm at 26, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh wait, I did Assassin's Creed Brotherhood as well.
I will return if possible.
Okay. That's totally fine otherwise. 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I'm at 25. Okay. I got confused for a second. I think I'm at number 25. I'm gonna have to put Uncharted 4. I want to put Uncharted 2. I love Uncharted 2. Okay, dude, really? Uncharted 2 is such a great game, but Uncharted 4, man, that game, it's not only like the best graphically, but goddamn that story and how everything wraps up and such. It's just such a fun time with a lot of drama and laughs. It's such a cinematic game too. But 2 is fantastic and definitely was a really close choice for me to put. And Nathan Drake's a very iconic character. He stays with me as one of the best Nolan North characters. And I have some spaghetti here, by the way, so if I eat every once in a while, you know what I'm eating. I had to make myself some spaghetti. Who would touch my spaghetti? That's an old meme. But yeah, Uncharted was just a really solid game. I love the animations in that game. They're really smooth. Open the goddamn door. Frickin' elevator, my ass. But I had a lot of fun with the Uncharted series, and 4 just impacted me the most, and it was really fun. I actually made a friend with a YouTuber who was focused on Uncharted content. Sadly, I haven't seen that YouTuber in a while, and he hasn't been around. Matter of fact, I think his channel's gone, which frickin' sucks. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it was really, it was cool to meet somebody who was Uncharted focused YouTube channel. And sadly they just, I don't know what they did with their channel. Maybe there were some problems in their life they had to deal with. Maybe YouTube wasn't for them. I don't know. I would still love to see them doing this stuff. But it sucked. They would do these cool top plays and the multiplayer of Uncharted and feature other people's clips. It's kind of like the equivalent of Sunlight Blade for Dark Souls, where he does the top 10 of clips of whatever the subject is for Dark Souls or some Souls related game. I see you. Your green little light gives you away, you dink. I see something on the map over here, but I think it's an ammo box. Oh, one of these. Comms division.
This is what we want.
Alright.
Now that we lost Kieran. I'm sure they are.
But yeah, Uncharted 4. Freaking awesome ass game, very cinematic. Love the graphics. The animations are really smooth to the third person shooter aspects.
Not for long.
And I love like some of the missions too. Such a great conclusion to the series. I've been meaning to play the one that's got Chloe in it, and that other character, I can't remember her name, but I've been meaning to play that game. I haven't played that yet, but it's on the PlayStation Plus services, and I can play the whole thing, so maybe I'll do that for YouTube sometime. That'll be cool.
I love Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Tom Clancy's, I'd have to let that sit with me. I think the driving sucks in that game. Me and my friend were trying to utilize the driving in that game,
It is
and
the best game I have ever played.
If you love that game, all for you. I'm a bigger fan of the older, like the GRAW games. And I do have a soft spot for Future Soldier, but I don't think it's. I also even love some of the original Ghost Recons. Wildlands was a good attempt at making like this big open world for the Ghost Recons, and it's kind of like the Just Cause we didn't get. It's not as insane as Just Cause, of course, but what I'm saying is that the level of freedom that game has, and the fact that it has co-op where you can mess around and stuff, feels like what Just Cause 2 had with its co-op, but it was only sadly featured on PC, where you couldn't really play it on console. Jump down, you idiot.
Glad you made it.
But like and the story is okay.
Yeah, there was an attempt. A lot of people really did love the coupe.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, that game's...
This is Dave, by the way.
Hi, Dave.
Laughing.
You're a jerk. This is the Division, you idiot. Why'd you make a Ghost Recon reference? You're a jerk. Why would you use How dare you, Dave? Now I want to destroy you. Okay, since that's you, can I say frick Ghost Recon Wildlands? No. I don't think it's a bad game. I just think that, like, it's not what I want from a Ghost Recon game. I love what GRAW did, especially GRAW 2. Such good games. Hard games to master, though, I will say that. But still great. They're very unique games. I don't see anything like the GRAW games that plays like those. They're shooters, yeah, but it's more the mechanics, like the teammate mechanics, that I don't see anymore. The way that works. There's almost nothing like it. I love the original ones where you could actually play as the teammates and switch between them and station them in different locations. That was pretty cool, unless you were in co-op, which then in co-op, me and my brother would have... what the... oh, frick.
Serious trauma detected.
Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. Frick.
Agent killed.
Respawn. That sucks. Frick that heavy, didn't even expect him. But yeah, Eclipse Arrow was saying stuff. Came into mind first. The game is fine.
I just cannot tolerate the way walking feels.
Yeah, that's true. Walking is a bit awkward. I was trying to do a Splinter Cell special episode with that game, and I had such a hard time with the freaking controls and stuff. Nothing was going my way whenever I tried to repeat doing that. I wanted to do, like, it was just a fun little idea at the time where it was like, I just wanted to make this short 3-episode series, Splinter Cell series, and nothing was coming together. I've attempted multiple times, I've recorded multiple videos, and had to scrap them just because everything just wasn't going my way with that game. And it is freaking not easy to stealth in that game. Not because the stealth is hard, but because freaking enemies freaking see you like way too easily at times. They just really, really annoying. And the controls don't help. Whether it's vehicle controls or walking controls or whatever. I actually think that even though Breakpoint pisses me off more than Wildlands, it is technically a better game, kind of like the Division 2 is better than Division 1 in every way, pretty much. So I have to say Breakpoint is a better game, but there are things that are really terrible about Breakpoint too. Mostly to do with their microtransactions and stuff, and just the world's a bit too intimidatingly huge and boring, in my opinion. So that's another problem with it. It's also very samey, where at least Wildlands had some variety in its world design. So I'll give Wildlands that. It had like your snowy area, your mountain area, your desert. It had really cool wildlife too. I don't see as many games anymore that have flamingos flying around. It's like my grandmother's favorite animal. So that's really cool, and it can be a pretty game at times. Wildlands, well, a Breakpoint, while it's still pretty, freaking pisses me off, and it's just really boring. But I will say that it does have some better content. I think the Splinter Cell content in it is better because, goddamn, even though I love playing the Splinter Cell mission for Wildlands, it still pisses me off. It's like, because the stealth does not function well in that game, and it wants you to do stealth, so you're just gonna have a really bad time with it. God, my aim is freaking terrible right now. I don't know what's going on. It's weird because I feel like I remember this game being better than Division 1 with the aiming and such, and it definitely is. But for some reason I'm having trouble, and I just played Division 1 not long ago, and I was having a much better time with that game when it came to how I was aiming at stuff. So I don't know what's going on here. You're not grenading me. Piss off. I'll have to record that at some point, Division 1, to kind of show what I mean. Alright. Get him! Okay, I'll get him. Frick you then. There we go. Matter of fact, the helmet I'm wearing is from Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I don't know about the rest of the armor. I think the rest of it's just original stuff to this game. I was just trying to pair and match stuff that would look good with this helmet. The villain was so disappointing in Breakpoint. I at least remember the villain in Wildlands. I'll give Wildlands that too. The villain was just better.
Are you hurt?
Who are you?
The villain was played by such an awesome actor, frickin' Punisher himself, and he frickin' was boring and sucked. I was so disappointed in that. Because he was a big focus of the advertising for that game. Just to frickin' somehow be more irrelevant and forgettable over the villain from Wildlands. And the other cool thing is in Wildlands, if you didn't complete every mission, the frickin' villain technically wins and gets away. Technically the villain never loses, though.
I don't think I've ever even seen the Wildlands villain.
He's this really big guy with a bunch of tattoos. He's like got a giant cross tattoo on his face. Or whatever. But he's this hulking dude that's like the size of Bane. But yeah, he's a pretty cool villain. he's definitely more memorable. A matter of fact, he is, if you get the other ending, he becomes a member of the ghosts and is a ghost himself or whatever the frick is going on there. But yeah, he's also seen in that phone game that I think Ubisoft gave up on. He's one of the playable characters in that phone game that had like Sam Fisher and a Ghost Recon character and a Rainbow Six character that were advertising all the Tom Clancy characters teaming up, and he was one of them. But yeah, he was utilized in later content where the villain Griffal's character was just like there. His acting's still really good. It's just that didn't really give him material that's memorable. It's just very generic material. I should get talking about my favorite games again. Once I'm done machine gunning these people down.
Manny, is Odessa on the line?
I'll patch you in.
Whoops.
Odessa? Kelso has some news for you.
We got Eleanor.
And Division's a game that I want to succeed because it has such a unique idea. And I find the story of the first game actually kind of like, at least how how the world became how it is in the Division 1, kind of scary. And you could kind of say it was relevant to COVID in a way, even though it's based on the smallpox. And that disease going through money rather than being transferred through money rather than other ways like sneezing and such. But yeah, that was a cool concept and it felt very Tom Clancy. That's why I liked the idea of the first Division, but goddamn, the rest of the story was just, in the setting of the game and stuff was just so generic and gray looking. It's such a gray, boring game. Silent Hill 2 is a gray game, but like the gray in that works. This does not. It's not doing anything especially unique with its look and style or whatever, whether you can call it that or not. The story was set up as a good, and I think that was one of the last games Tom Clancy was alive during. But I don't think he saw it published at all. So, yeah. But you could tell, like, it felt very Tom Clancy in how it was set up. But everything else sucked. Yeah, it was just really generic, sadly. But yeah, Tom Clancy can do stories that are, like, really terrifying. Realistically terrifying. Because it's like, oh, that could happen in real life. Sometimes he goes a little over the top, and it's not quite real life like things, of course. But there are things that are like, holy crap, that could actually happen, or has it happened? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that kind of throw you off, and he does a lot of studying on what weapons are being designed for the military before they're even shipped out or whatever. So he knows a lot of the weaponry they're working on, and puts them in his games. He puts them in the set, like take Splinter Cell for example. Sam Fisher's SC 30K rifle was supposed to be the what is that rifle called? I think it's the FN 2000 or something is what that rifle is actually called. But in Splinter Cell, they put the game setting for the year was a couple of years after the actual year that we're playing it in. So it takes place a couple of years after the year you're playing that game. And to match up to when that gun was probably actually being shipped and designed. He did a lot of research and asked around with a lot of people who worked for the military uh, on how he should where he gets a lot of his ideas and such. I don't know how to. I'm not very good with that stuff, honestly, but that's like the furthest I know with that stuff. I just know he did a lot of research on that, and it was really cool to know. Like he kind of sets certain things ahead of time so that they actually happen.
We're barely holding things together. What am I supposed to do? Help us.
They might not be exactly the year.
Helping.
Oh, we get this generic story out of my face. But yeah, I always found that really cool and interesting. All right, let's see. Let me get my list back up here. Oh, my phone's about to die. Great, that's wonderful. Fantastic. Dave already knows what that voice is. All right, I'm on number 24 game. This is a live stream, so I can stream as long as I want or whatever, so doesn't matter. So, in this top 30 list is going to take a while.
How do you write it on paper?
I wrote it on my Discord, actually. I put in my private text for my channel. Hurry and write it on paper. You're a jerk. So number 24, I didn't really put some of these in order, so okay, number 24 is Super Mario Land 2. I'm playing The Division. I'm about to talk about the Super Mario. I think there are technically better Mario games than can I please end? Hold on. In tutorials. Okay, good. There are technically better Mario games than Super Mario Land 2, but I have a nostalgic attachment to it. It's the first game with Wario. I played that game so much. It was one of my first Game Boy games other than Pokemon Yellow. Such a good game. One of my first games in general ever playing. And I've spent so many hours on that game. Love it to death. I would try and perfect all the levels. I love the boss battles and the worlds. Love the art style. Wario is one of my favorite characters because of that game, and he has only further solidified himself as one of my favorites over time. But yeah, I absolutely love that Super Mario Land 2. It's one of my favorite Mario games of all time. Galaxy is up there. I think the Galaxy games are up there, and I still gotta get AJ's game. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten that. It's just pain in the ass, the fact that like I have to go through all these bins and I don't even remember which one I put it in. Because I've stored a lot of my stuff away. All right, shut up. I don't care. Hello. Hello. Oh, those guys heard me over there, I think. Oh. Who's over here? Hello. Die. Oh, my aim is crap. My aim is better in Fortnite. I've been playing a lot of third-person shooters lately. I wonder if Baldur's Gate 3 will eventually make it on my top list. I haven't played it yet, so I can't say. But from everything I've seen, it's like, goddamn, that game looks awesome. Oh man, there's another game I would want to put on. Whatever. I'll give an honorable mention to Divinity Original Sin 2. That game's freaking awesome. I love Original Sin 2. It's such a great RPG. I love your companions, your character, your friends in it. The role-playing gameplay and elements through the dialogue system is really awesome. So many different things. It's got like almost the same amount of variety that Baldur's Gate 3 has with the decision making and all the different ways things can play out and how you can go about playing the game. It's just such a good game, and I love that it has multiplayer. Like, I love that games like that have multiplayer. I just wish Skyrim would on console. That would be cool, getting a co-op Skyrim. I would want a co-op Skyrim rather than whatever the frick Fallout 76 was, but Fallout 76 was close to what I wanted. But no cigar on that one. But yeah, I wonder if is Fallout 76 crossplay, because I've been playing it again. I'm wondering about that. But anyways,
with Espinosa came from a parking garage close to the
yeah,
shade node.
that's my honorable mention. And Super Mario, I kind of want to replace Super Mario Land with it. But I said Super Mario Land because it's just a game that I have such a nostalgic attachment to, and that I spent a lot of time with. It absolutely stayed with me as this great Mario game. Super Mario World gets really close to being one of my favorites too. I love Sunshine. Sorry. Hey, let me quote the Scarecrow. Well, you need to lighten up. Funny. I need the funnies. You need to lighten up. Oh, when a Christopher Nolan movie has dad jokes. It's almost like the Batman and Robin came and infected this movie for a little bit. Oh, really? Maybe it's the handling of that weapon sucks. Because I notice I'm doing much better with this.
Immediate medical assistance.
Okay, no, never mind. I missed a couple times there.
Hostile radio intercepted.
We're under attack! Intruders in the east entrance!
What the hell? Hi, dragonflies. What up?
The fuck? It's a division!
Okay, well, bye, dragonflies. Hey, the dragonflies were more interesting than you two yapping. Shut the fuck up.
And see if you can pick up Espinosa's trail. He tends to leave a mess.
Da 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 da. It's Mario! It's me! I'm going to shoot them all followers to death. Woohoo! Oh, what the hell? The frick, I can't see. What the frick was that? Please die.
Serious trauma detected.
Hey, why don't you show yourself? I swear I don't have another weapon ready for you guys.
Portable device detected.
Oh, what the hell? Where did you come from? There, get meleeed, dumbass. Ugh, he's dead. Which one of you punks did that? I'm gonna kill you.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent deceased.
Alright, next game. Number 23. I'm gonna say Sonic Adventure 2 for number 23. Sonic Adventure 2 is a messy game. Like, the characters talk over one another, the sound mixing is terrible in that game. But goddamn, I love it how stupid it is. Even though I love Shadow the Hedgehog, I can't say that it's my favorite Sonic game of all time. Adventures is just a perfect game when it comes to Sonic. It's both a messy game, it's kind of like not having an Elder Scrolls game that isn't a freaking mess. It's like, you gotta have a messy Bethesda game sometimes. It just isn't a masterpiece without their signature moves of giant rocketing you into the air. It's the same with Sonic, you gotta have those stupid things about it. Now burn. You need to lighten up. Sorry. And Sonic Adventure is a game that gives you a variety and plethora of characters to play, even though not all the characters work out that well, or people don't really care for some of the characters that you play as. Like, you don't like the mech sections or the Knuckles finding the Emerald Shards sections, and please don't blind me. I'm trying to be able to see things. Die already. But yeah, it's just a really fun time. The Sonic and Shadow levels are freaking fantastic. Love the Chow Garden, though I do prefer certain aspects of the Chow Garden in the first Adventures game, and I do like that game. But it also has, like, great music. Love Fresh 40. You can't go without Fresh 40. And their, freaking live and learn. Living and a learning.
Okay, where do we stand? Basically, everybody outside about a 50-mile radius of DC is completely cut off from the network. Completely.
What do we do about it?
First, we need to assess the full scope of the damage, which means going places that
How
won't
about
be easy to get
shut
to.
the frick up? Thank you. But yeah, I freaking love Sonic Adventures too. And it's a perfect Sonic game in my eyes. At least as perfect goes for Sonic. Once again. Because Sonic doesn't always have the cleanest games.
Vital signs critical.
Sake. Holy crap. I'm not using my drone much. Burned. We cremated him. Thank you for taking care of him. Good job, turret. The other guy's on the other side there, hiding like a bit.
See how you like this?
How about that?
You're near Espinosa's last known position. The shade node should be close.
Alright, let's go in there, bits. Alright, that was number 23, I think. Yeah, I think that was 23. So, I'm on to 22. Let me just double check. Let's see. What have I not done yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, we're on to 22. Okay, number 22, I'm gonna go with, where'd it go? I'm gonna go with Metroid Prime, the first one. It started the great Metroid Prime trilogy. Love all the Metroid Primes, but I love Metroid Prime 1. Such a perfect Metroid game. It's one of the most beloved series that people still want to see its latest game too. And it's just graphically really appealing even today. I love its gameplay is so unique as this shooter, Metroidvania style game for the style that it takes on and the perspective. Just such a unique game in general. Where the frick do you want me to go, game? Do you want me down the elevator? What is going on here? Okay, there we go. Oh, here we go. Thank you, game. What's in here? Okay. An axe. Can I use that on somebody? But, man, I remember me and my brother and mom would switch between playing that game, just like another game that's going to be on this list. And my mom had trouble trying to beat the game, where me and my brother had to beat it for her. It was just a really fun game. Really solid Metroid. I love the boss battles. I love the settings and level designs. It's just got so much variety to its setup. Awesome game, and I love how the other two expanded it. I would put the trilogy here because I almost can't go with the other without the other games, because it feels like a complete package, just like a certain other series that will be on this list. But the trilogy is hard to get your hands on, the trilogy version, and I think the GameCube was a great platform compared to like the Wii and such, and the Wii U, to play Metroid Prime. So it's probably the perfect console for that game too. But I'm glad a remake or a remaster exists. I haven't gotten to play that yet, but I need to buy that and play it sometime. Can I shoot this off? Nope. Some of them you can, some of them you can't, which sucks.
Agent credentials authenticated.
But yeah, Metroid Prime, like 22 or whatever. I said 23 earlier, and it's 22, I guess. Alright, next, number 21, I'm gonna say Shadow of the Colossus. I would have had this lower, but knowing what I'm gonna say about some of the other games later is like, yeah, I can see why I didn't put it higher. But Shadow of the Colossus is just such a great game. I love the Colossi and how you take each of them out. It's a game that has the same thing for me as The Last of Us does. My goodness, the phone's ringing in the background. It's really loud. It's hard to hear myself over these guys too. No. Shut up.
Hello?
But,
Is this the division?
God, this game likes to talk.
Looking for someone?
Who is this? How
Just
are
like
you on
me.
this channel?
Friend of yours gave me a real nice wristwatch.
But,
He's right here.
let's just wait for them to stop talking. But yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is one of those games that's like a one-time playthrough because I don't want to play it too much. But when I do come back to it, it's such an artistic and masterful game. I love the remaster, so good. And I need to play that again for the channel because I actually lost all my save data and I 100% completed that game. Freaking love it. Such a good game with awesome colossi that are just freaking intimidating. My mother has a hard time playing games like that because she can't play a game that has she's scared. She's got like a fear of fighting something bigger than herself. So she's got that perspective when playing a game like that. But yeah, it's just such a beautiful game. I think I was thinking about honorable mention, but it kind of escaped my head. It will probably come back to me later. These guys, I'm kind of focused on these guys that made me forget my honorable mention. Frick off. And yeah, I think of that game developing team that made like Last Guardian and Ico and stuff, that's their best game in my opinion. That's their masterpiece, their magnum opus or whatever the frick. Such a good game. But I wouldn't return to it quite as often as other games, but that makes sense why. Still a really solid game and a one-time experience you have to have. Alright, on the music, I'm never gonna forget the music. Though that is the song that does play most of the time, it's still a great song. But the music is great in that game nonetheless, as well as the art style and such. I barely see these guys. There's like a black smoke in my way. And then there's that fog and this freaking green fog and everything. Let's put my armor back on. You're gonna get who? Nope. Dead. Bit. Come on. What the hell? Alright, moving on to the next game. I think it's number 20 now, we're down to the 20s. So, let's see. Oh, frick, hey.
Medical assistance needed.
Holy frick. That guy nearly killed me. Where did he go? He's right there. I'll wait for him to come up on me. Come on. Ink. Haha, you suck.
Hostile radio intercepted.
He needs to be lit up. Ugh.
Hey guys, I'm still willing to deal, but you
That was
better decide
uncool,
fast.
man.
I don't know how much more this dude can take.
She's goading you.
Oh, he
Make
can
you
take.
reckless. Just stay focused.
Oh, I can be reckless. Psst. Hey, gunshots. It's almost like it's trying to have Doom music. That's an honorable mention right there. Frickin' Doom. I love Doom Eternal. Frickin' such a fast-paced game that builds on the lore, the universe. And love the characters. And the frickin' gameplay is so frickin' intense. Not a big fan of the platforming stuff, but it works fine enough, and I'm mostly nitpicky if anything about it. I can see the good level design utilizing the platforming stuff. So it does a good job with that. And it's the most video gamey feeling game that we've had in a long time. Everything else has to be so big and cinematic. You can't just have the fun shoot stuff up video games that we used to, while still having great lore and detail and such. Just like that. Have to be in deep and philosophical, cinematic. Every game has to be that nowadays. It pisses me off. Some games that works really well for. Other games, But also just the fact that I see too many games like that nowadays is just kind of another nuisance or annoyance that adds on top of the plethora of other problems I have with that. Just, it's kind of everywhere. Every game is doing it nowadays. Oh god. Freaking heavy. That big guy. Oh, there he is. Yay. You win. Frick you. Wish I could teabag you, but I can't. Damn it. This game gets 1 out of 10 for that. Just not being able to teabag. It also gets a 1 out of 10 because I don't think you can pet doggos. There, I said it. Let's see. So, number 19, I'm guessing? Yeah, I think I'm on to number 19. I'm gonna say number 19 is Resident Evil Remake. I would say 5. I absolutely love 5. It's a fun time and one of the best cooperative experiences I've ever had. But, of a game.
Agent vital signs, 0.
Hold on.
He didn't have to die here.
Or man. He didn't have to die at all. Because I wanted to kill him. Burn, maybe. Burn! Man, this music is tryharding. Stop sending your goddamn drone and fight me yourself. like I didn't see you. Of course I saw you. Come on, poke your head out. But you're the one sending the drones.
That bastard can't have gotten far yet. Go
Drones
after
still
her.
coming? Nope, it blew up over there. Yay! I mean, you'll suck. You'll suck. Haha. Suck my dick. Okay, music, you can calm down. There's no action happening right now. Calm down. Calm down. I'm just walking here. I'm walking here. Yeah, epic music goes through metal detector. Woo. Wow, this music's really trying hard. How are you not dead? What? There we go.
Electronic device detected.
Watch this fucker die.
Any other dudes? Alright, you take care of him while I'm doing my list. So we're in number 19. I think I'm gonna say Destroy All Humans 2. I absolutely love Destroy All Humans 2, and I'm gonna be playing that remake for the channel soon. At some point.
There's nothing you could have done for Espinosa.
But absolutely love Destroy All Humans 2. I grew up with the original 2 games. I played co-op in the second one a lot.
Thanks to you, we're an important step closer to getting the shade.
It's just a really fun and funny game. I love that the main character, Crypto, there's great humor. I love that. He's like a parody of Jack Nicholson.
I've got some new intel I want to share with you and Manny.
So anytime I want to do a Jack Nicholson impression, I just do a Crypto impression, and I can remember how to do a Jack Nicholson impression. I protected you. I don't need to fast travel. I can get there. I need to take a division to lock anyway. Yeah, I absolutely love Destroy Humans 2. Freaking such a fun time. I love the different weapons. So much fooling around you can do. Hi, dear. Oh, dear. I love this one gun, the disc gun, where you can make things levitate and float all over the place. I use that to frickin' just cause all sorts of ridiculous mayhem in the cities in that game. And there was one level, I think it's Tokyo level, where you can actually have, there's these two ninja factions, the black and white ninjas, and I love that you can hit this gong while they're just meditating in their base of operations, and they will just start having a giant ninja war with one another. It's just so fun to me. But there's a lot of just fun things, a lot of great destructibility in that game. Using your spaceship to frickin' laser down entire skyscrapers and stuff. And I love the setting and just, once again, that humor is frickin' awesome. Hey, how about piss off and stop shooting me? Oh, yes, I do. Ooh. Oh, it's a key.
Detected.
Enjoying the little time you have left on this world. There are plenty of hidden pleasures on offer. The hyenas can show you where to find them.
Progress halted. Manual override required.
I'm coming over.
Progress resumed.
Says there's enemies over in that direction. Uh oh, they're getting closer. Oh, sea level. Oh, it's almost done, I think. There we go. Perfect. Now stay down. Did I restore it or no? But I restored it. Okay, guess I haven't. Okay, restored. Yay!
But we are the smartest. If you want to get through this in one piece, come to the theater.
Alright. Yeah, Destroy Humans. Fucking awesome game. Alright, that was 19. Now moving on to number 18. Sorry, we're getting through this slowly. Alright, it'll probably get faster when I get down to the last couple. Let's get to Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'll do Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Star Wars Battlefront 2 I prefer over Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance is freaking awesome. Oh yeah, I just remembered what the other game I wanted to kind of shout out as honorable mention. The Transformers Cybertron games. War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. Love both of those freaking games. I miss that series. I would love to see that return. Please. Such good games. I think I only technically own one of them. I know I used to own the other one. It might be digital though. I'd have to see. But I own one physically, and I freaking love those games. They're so good. I used to play the multiplayer a lot. I love their campaigns. It's like the equivalent of the Spider-Man games we have now, or the Batman Arkham games. It's like the equivalent of those for me. They're so good. And yeah, I wanted to shout them out. Honorable mentions for them. And I hope that they get these. Okay, they're on my side. Okay. But yeah, those are freaking amazing games that I would love to see restored and brought to the next generation of consoles and such. So yeah, please do that. They're freaking get somebody that has the rights, whoever it may be, freaking get on that. Bring those games back, even if it's backwards compatibility or something, or a remake or whatever. Or I would prefer a remaster, honestly, because I want those games the way they are, or were. But with better graphics and 60 frames per second and all that crap. The resolution in general. All of that crap. Everything that makes it better.
Agent.
But yeah, such a...
Thanks to your hard work, we've been able to make some critical upgrades.
Hello there. Well, hello.
We've got a new skill for you.
Hello, nice.
Which one do you want?
How about your mom? Is that an option? I'll take the drone. Let's see, defender, striker, barter, fixer. Do striker. There.
Later.
There we go. Perfect. Anything on my stash? Oh, this thing is in my inventory. Excuse me. Since I got something in apparel. Oh, it caches. Okay. Holy crap, where did I get these? I look, loot boxes. Yay. Oh, yeah. Whoopee. I can't even see it because I'm wearing a mask. Open sesame. It's a cool item. Used to be the Hunks helmet. Damn it. Ooh. Sweet. Now, open sesame. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Give me the Hunks helmet. I've gotten his helmet on the Xbox. Now give me it here. God damn it. Whatever. Hunks helmet. Damn it. No. Don't dance ever again. Hunks helmet? Damn it. It's supposed to be a gold item, so it would have to be gold if it was the Hunks helmet. Frick. Hunks helmet! It's gold! Give me a hunk! Frick! Damn it. Frick. Frick! Damn it! Yeah, whatever. I don't give a crap. I don't give a beep. I don't give a crap anymore. Let's see. No. I want to look in my inventory for my weapons and stuff. Gear in general. Let's see. That one. Oh, they're both better. Okay. Green. There we go. This. Same thing, basically. And this. There we go. Oh, what are these? Okay. Okay. The damage sucks. Oh, compared to these, yeah, the damage sucks a bit less. I want to sell the rest of them. And I believe I got a new backpack. Yes, I did. It is better. And new knees. This is also better. Perfect. All my items, practically, except for my mask and my chest, are green now. Sweet. Yeah, let's just look at the apparel here. Nah, I want to wear black, bro. What is this? Nah, that looks lame too. Alright, and this, can't even see what it is. Alright. Yeah. A mission over here, apparently. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be talk to these people. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, though, is the next game I want to talk about. It's
if I can't get more
freaking
pieces from the toy
amazing.
store, I'm not gonna be able to finish my fucking map.
All
right, man.
Hey, watch it. Watch your goddamn leeway. Yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I used to level up all the characters and play that game religiously, just like Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is in the next place before it. Or after, technically. That's the order I'm doing it in. And I love Wolverine. Once I got Wolverine fully leveled up in that game, and I had just the right team together, because like Silver Surfer is a great healer. He can heal the team, and he's really powerful and has ranged.
Portable electronic. Have you heard?
Heard what?
Have you heard about me skipping your dialogue? But yeah, it's just such a really cool game with every villain that it takes advantage of, and great boss battles, great level design. Some of the hardest areas, like I hate the Mephisto level. That freaking level is difficult as hell. But nowadays I find it a lot easier than I used to, but still, like, if you put that on hard mode alone, like that's definitely the level that's gonna give me the most trouble. And I just love that it's like the most complete Marvel game we've ever gotten. It is the perfect Marvel game. It comes off the heels of the X-Men Legends games. It's just like, I love X-Men Legends too. Such a great game as well. But yeah, it's like the complete package of everything Marvel that you can think of. And I love all the characters, playable characters, and all their abilities and stuff. It's a really fun game. And I love that you can use your abilities between one another, your specials and stuff.
I'll finish that agent.
By climbing now, bit. Where's your friend here, huh? Are you shooting at me? What's that on your hip? What's that obvious red thing on your hip? It wouldn't happen to be an explosive, would it? Haha, I stole your kill. How do you feel about that, NPC? How do you feel about that? Oh, really? Frick you. You Bitcoin? Bit you.
To the wrong part of town.
What the hell? Oh, really? Oh my gosh, why are there so many dudes? And Star Wars Battlefront 2 being the other game I was gonna get to. God damn it. Holy crap, these guys are playing Get off of that turret, asshole. He'll protect me for a bit. Let's get out my drone as well. While I talk. Good to have help like that. Hey, you're letting this guy get close to me. You're supposed to frickin' fight them. Go after that guy. Oh, hello, dude. Ow.
I'll watch out for you.
Who said that back there? Oh, her.
I hate hyenas.
Why do you hate hyenas? They're interesting animals. They can be adorable and dangerous. What is your problem with hyenas? You ever watch The Lion Whisperer? Ever see Dolphy Crocker, I think his name is? I can't remember. But he takes care of cheetahs and stuff. I think he takes care of hyenas as well, I'm not sure. I mostly read The Lion Whisperer, but I know there's many other YouTube channels with animal experts that take care of hyenas and such. But yeah. Anyways, Star Wars Battlefront 2, I'm so sad by the new collection version, because it's such a good game. It's a game I still come back to, and it's the most fun multiplayer game I've ever played. I've played so many hours of that with my brother, my friends, so on and so forth, and it's just such a fun experience. I would put so many hours into that and play it religiously. It's crazy.
Hostile broadcast detected.
But yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. Alright, what was that? I think that was 1817 I talked about. Yeah, kill him. Kill that guy. Kill that guy too. And do all the fighting for me. What's going on? Hold on. Ugh. I think I gotta charge my phone. So let me get the charger in. Come on, I said get the charger in. So I think that was 18 and 17.
Broadcast picked up.
Oh my gosh. I'll count them. Hold on. My phone died. That's great. So I think that was 18, 17, yeah, 19. So yeah. So that would mean I'm on 16. And I think I'm gonna put, you know what, I'm putting Fallout 4 there. I was making a video talking about why I wouldn't have put a Fallout game, and I think Fallout 2 is the best game, but I've spent so much time with Fallout 4, though as of recently I will let you know that Fallout 4 has a lot of technical issues, giant ones too, that it's been giving me, and that is kind of pissing me off. But goddamn, I love those. The companion characters alone are freaking awesome in that game. They're so memorable. From Nick Valentine, Hancock, Dance, you name it. Those characters are freaking awesome. And even though the story is very simplistic, you still love a lot of the side quests and the adventure itself. It's just such a fun game. It takes, while it's definitely a flawed game, it's still really fun. And has that great Bethesda charm and exploration we come to know and love of their games. And yeah, I just love exploring its world, doing its missions. Even the DLCs are fantastic. I love Far Harbor alone. Far Harbor is freaking brilliant. Okay, that is another one of those. Let me check the map. There we go. Okay, so it wants me to go there. I'm going the wrong way. Alright. But I wanted to make this list because I wanted to revamp it, and Fallout was kind of the reason. Because I was like, you know, I've never put Fallout on my original list at all. Like, not even close, and now it's here. And Fallout 2, I think, is the best game because I freaking love that game. I'm going to give it an honorable mention for sure. Same with some Final Fantasy games because I think Final Fantasy 6 deserves to be on the list, and that game's like really good.
Come here, asshole.
But yeah, I want to honorable mention those games. Frick off, Dink. Okay, where am I supposed to be going? Down here?
Hostile control point identified.
It's not gonna be hostile controlled anymore. Ta-da!
This is the only place around here that the hyenas didn't dare to touch. That's good news for you.
Get out of my face with
really interesting intel here.
Exposition.
Looks like you got your hands full. Good luck.
Tutorial crap. Dink. There.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Perfect. Let's pick this up. And then immediately shut it up. I said shut it up. Thank you.
Electronic
I see
device
rats running around. Anyways, let's get the list back up. So yeah, Fallout 4, just such a freaking fantastic game, and it does have those typical RPG choices you wanted, but a lot of them are more in the ending, where it's like, which faction are you gonna join, and finally have kill each other. So that's cool. I just wish that stuff wasn't reverted for the very end. There's still some great side quests and exploration and stuff. And one of the better looking games, it's the least ugly of the Fallouts because I have a hard time just looking at both New Vegas and 3 because their character models in that game are freaking ugly as hell and such. There's still some ugly character models in 4 as well, but still. Such a fun time nonetheless. I just wish it didn't have the freaking glitches that are going on right now. Because there's some really bad glitches going on. I can't even play the game right now because it keeps crashing. Hopefully the new update coming out, I think it's the 25th of this month, will fix that. But if it doesn't, then we're going to have a problem, Bethesda. I'm coming after you. No, I'm just kidding, but maybe I should. I'll just come after you and beat Todd Howard in a game of chess. Just to make it ironic to what he said in that one video. Yes, I was in the chess club. That felt like comedic timing. I need to watch that, whatever that video is, to see what the context of why he said it that way. It's freaking hilarious to me, and I'm sure a ton of people watched it. All right, so that's number 16. I think let's go through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, We're at 15th, and I think number 15 is going to be Batman Arkham City. I haven't had a Batman Arkham game either. That's another game series I didn't put on my original list at all, and here it is. It's finally on there. And Arkham City is the first game that I really dedicated myself, especially since the Riddler pisses me off, to 100%ing. And it's just such a solid Batman story, characters. It killed off the Joker, and it was just such a big deal at the time. It was supposed to be the retirement until more recently of Mark Hamill's Joker, but then he still came back for more stuff as the Joker. And it was just such an impactful, powerful game. Arkham Knight is really close to beating it in my eyes nowadays because that is also a great game, and I want to honorable mention that game. But and I think Origins is underrated. That game is also great, but I don't think it's the best Arkham game. It's probably the third best or whatever. But yeah, Arkham City is just such a solid game. I find that the city in Arkham City, compared to even Arkham Knight, has a lot more personality than Arkham Knight, but Arkham Knight's still really good. I think if... Oh, sorry, I thought you were evil. Evil! Look at this man. He's evil! But, yeah, I absolutely freaking love Batman Arkham City. It's such a great story, great characters. It takes advantage of everything in the Batman universe. So many great Easter eggs, too, in that game. And one of my favorite games to 100% complete. And one of my first, too. But yeah, let's move on. We want to get this list through already, because I've been spending time talking about all the other stuff in between. A lot of people asking, questioning me and stuff, and that's totally fine to do, for sure, but I want to get through this as quickly as possible now that I've wasted all that time. So I think number 14 is going to go to Bloodborne. Man, Bloodborne is such a masterful game in my eyes. It's got tons of flaws, of course, but god damn, that is a game that when I play it, it's got such a vibe to it, and it's a game I just want to play more of. I almost want a sequel, but I don't at the same time. It's like such a perfect game. It's kind of like if you gave No Country for Old Men a sequel. It's like, I just can't see a sequel to that. That movie's freaking perfect, just like that game. That game's freaking perfect in an imperfect way, in perfect ways. But such a great game. I love its lore. I love its world building. I love the artistic design. Wish it would come to PC and have 60 frames per second, like everybody else. Just such a fantastic game, and one of the reasons that if you're gonna get a PlayStation, definitely get Bloodborne. It's one of the best games out there. I can't say it enough. The bosses are excellent. That DLC is excellent with one of the hardest bosses, the Orphan of Cause. And all different alternate endings you can get depending on certain menial things you do, like you have to these umbilical cords, which is gross, just to get a certain ending and a secret boss. Hello? Oh, okay, they're good too. But yeah, just such a masterful game in world building and story and lore, and you barely see many Lovecraftian style games nowadays. That it's just really great. Does a great job with the Lovecraftian aspects, and I love it. Love its trick weapons. I got used to parrying and backstabbing over the years, though it's not my preferred game for that kind of stuff. It is a game I got used to over time and really did love parrying people and such. But yeah, it's freaking awesome. And it's just, I love how smooth the controls. I think the one thing that helps, other than I love the architecture in that game, the designs of the world and monsters, as well as I love the clothing, like just the main character, the hunter you see on the And that character is just so memorable. I love Eileen alone. Freaking awesome character. With great side stories. And just great level design and such throughout. With maybe one or two exceptions of levels that frickin' throw me off. Maybe not the best game to frickin', you know, to try and speedrun either, because you can really screw up a speedrun easily. But still a great game nonetheless. Why is my controller glowing orange? But yeah, it's just got everything going for it that I love. And we got people shooting over here. Oh my gosh, there's a... Frick off. Where the pieces that bit? Anyone coming out?
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Something yellow. It's piss. God damn it, bird girls. Not everything is piss. I don't think I can pick this up because my inventory's full. I gotta sell stuff. What is it? Oh, it's a pistol. Frick. I gotta get rid of something. What can I get rid of? You know what? How do I... There. Now I can use that pistol. Woohoo! New pistol. Sweet. Awesome. Finally got a new pistol. I'll have to play the Division 1 sometime here in the channel. But yeah. I got 141 subscribers now. Thank you. So I think that was 14. Let me just hold on. Oh yeah. Did I talk? I didn't talk much about the Resident Evil remake, did I? Because I named that earlier. Let's just say that remake's freaking fantastic, nearly perfect. Because I love the art style to the remake. I love that it adds more rather than taking away like the other Resident Evil remakes of recent have been doing. And that it is just such a perfect, it's the perfect Resident Evil game. It speaks truly what a Resident Evil game is all about. And I love its villain, of course, its boss battles, which clunky, still work for the game design, which is just classic as well. Oh, god damn it, another pistol? Now you decide to give me pistols all over the place? Frick you, game. Let's get rid of another gray item. Let's pick that up, see how it is in comparison. I think it's the same, basically, yeah. It is the same goddamn pistol. Well then, at least I can sell it for money. Let's actually do that. Let's go back to... Oh, there goes my drone. Go back here. Oh, I wanna fast travel. There we go. Yeah, Resident Evil 1 Remake's just a near perfect Resident Evil game. It's got great atmosphere. The Crimson Heads alone, that freaking selling point of the game is just scary as hell. Just a great horror game overall. Alright, moving on. So, how many games we got left? Hold on. Looking through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we're on to 13th place. I think I'm gonna put Morrowind. Elder Scrolls Morrowind is such a brilliant game. I love the writing. I'm so glad I finally beat that game too, because I used to fool around and me, my brother and mother would take turns playing it, but we mostly fooled around and stole people's stuff. We would do some quests, of course, and such, but we would mostly fool around. Steal people's stuff, kill people in their home and rob them, that stuff. We wouldn't kill Castus, or whatever the frick his name was again. But, yeah, freaking awesome game with such a mystical, fantastical world. It's very alien and mysterious. I love its dungeons. Even though the gameplay is really sluggish at first, and you're gonna hate the stamina, and it's like, oh, old game design, it gets better as it goes. I love the levitating powers. I love the guilds. I love that the guilds want each other dead by the end of their quest lines too. That's freaking awesome. And I love the storyline. It is so fantastic, as well as the villain and the lore, the politics of the world. It's just so extensive, and it is the game that started that really cool dwarven disappearance lore that we all talk about today with anything Elder Scrolls related. So just such a fantastic game with so many cool things. I love the armor sets, the weapons. Just a really good time when you put your heart to it. Because I had to kind of push myself to get through it, and when I did, it was no longer me shoving myself just to get through it. It was me actually legitimately enjoying the game and thinking that it was a freaking masterpiece. And it's got one of the better stories, and you feel freaking awesome when you finally get to meet Vivek and you finally get to come face to face with Dagoth. It's such big moments, even for a game that old. That may not age well in a lot of people's eyes. It still has that atmosphere and everything, that build up that makes you feel like you truly earned your place where you are, and how you build yourself to become the Nerevarine is really cool process. There's definitely some tedious stuff in the game, but goddamn, is it worth it in the end? And you feel powerful. We're in Oblivion, the level scaling is yeah. Even Skyrim, you still feel pretty powerful by the end. So they do the level scaling way better in those games. So there you have that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we're on number 12 now. I think number 12 is going to be Gears 3. Gears 3 is also such a great Gears game. It's the one where the story gets the most intense. Even though 2 is the one that really kicks things off, it is the most intense of the stories, and it is the best campaign. It's the most colorful of the games. I love the character development. It's at its peak here. The villain is great. The storyline, and it's just a sad game too, because there are character deaths in it that will make you cry. It's just a really good, emotional and action-packed roller coaster ride of a game. And I hope Dave plays Gears 2 with me, then gets into Gears 3, which is the best in the series in my opinion. He's played Gears 5 and basically skipped every other one. He's only played Gears 1 as the other one. I don't know if he's played Gears 4 though. But yeah, Absolutely love those games. It's also the game series that I'm legitimately pretty good at the multiplayer with, and come to learn a lot of the different tactics and way to play it. Though I would say I'm rusty nowadays, being that I haven't played it in a while. But goddamn, I love that game. Freaking amazing game. Well, you got projects. Project my ass, huh? But yeah, I freaking enjoy that game whenever I come to it, and I love its multiplayer. It's always the game I use to practice playing multiplayer too. Even though I do think there are some other Gears games that do the multiplayer better, it is still a very solid experience nonetheless. Moving on to number 11, I believe. And I think this is where things got tougher for me to choose where to put certain games. But I think I'm going to put Dead Space 1 there. The reason is because that is such a good horror game. I love Dead Space 1, but over the years there are other horror games that I love better, or another horror game I love better. And it may not age quite as well compared to the others, and I'm kind of leaning towards loving the remake better, but the first Dead Space, I freaking love it. I feel like 2, while it was still really solid experience, it was a bit too quick to jump into giving Isaac Clarke a voice. I feel like they could have approached that in a better way. I actually felt like if they made Isaac Clarke more of a background helping character, but you didn't know it was Isaac until the very end or something, or later in the game, where you're more used to the voice, and you probably feel more accepting of it by then, but it seems people are accepting anyways, so I guess it worked out in the end anyways. I just feel like the pacing of it would have worked better if they approached it that way. I actually had like whole ideas for what I wanted to see the story play out as. And let's sell some stuff. Excuse me. But I know that game inside and out, and it's got great atmosphere. I can play it whenever and know the game too well, know where all the monsters are now. But it was just such a good experience. It's a scary game at the time. I still think it has its moments where it can scare you. But yeah, just a really solid experience nonetheless. And the scariest of the games. As Dead Space 2 definitely has its scary moments, but it goes more of an action route, and that's like one of the first games that goes action packed too. Even having Iron Man sequences of you flying around and stuff. So yeah, still a fantastic game, and a game that still somewhat holds up. And I don't mind the story as well, the plot twist. I don't think it's that bad as people make it out to be. But yeah, they still do a great job with the story. And I think the remake comes really close to taking its place, so I gotta give it an honorable mention and say maybe both of them belong right here in this spot. So yeah. All right, let's move on, and I think we're finally at the top 10. Yay! These are of course, my personal top 10. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we're at the 10. Okay. I just wanted to go through these and make sure. So let's see. I think I'm gonna put Silent Hill 2 here. I have a hard time saying that. Silent Hill 2 is such a masterful game as well. Like, anything Jordan Underneath said about that game, totally agree. Like, even the stuff he thinks is dated, I still love that game. It's such the grayness of it works because of its atmosphere and its tone and setting. So while it's the gray game of the bunch, it makes sense for the depressing atmosphere and setting that it takes, with very relatable, realistic characters, very interesting characters as well. Like, you want to learn some of these characters' backstories, but they don't give you everything that there is to learn about them. And but you can guess from things. It's got that very Dark Souls approach of its lore and stuff. And it's fantastic storytelling that does a great job solidifying it into making it symbolic and using its symbolism in a really masterful way. It's a masterpiece in the same way that Evil Dead was for when, or Spider-Man 2 was, when Sam Raimi was able to get his style down in those games. It was the same with Silent Hill 2. It's like Silent Hill, and it's just another thing you can compare it to is the Dark Knight trilogy, ironically, where Batman Begins was the Ra's al Ghul story, and then you got The Dark Knight Rises is the Ra's al Ghul story recycled again, but the middle movie in between them is its own thing, its own beast, and it's the best movie in the trilogy, just like Silent Hill 2, where Silent Hill 1 does the cultist story, and then Silent Hill 3 comes back to the same cultist story with some differences and approaches and stuff. But then 2 is its own unique thing in between, one of the best, with these great characters, cryptic dialogue, symbolism, and it's got such a great but dark, depressing story that you'll never forget. It is also like Shadow of the Colossus, where it is a one-time game that you'd play. You wouldn't play it nearly as much as other games, but man, does it freaking stay with you that one time that you play it. Which is the same as number 9th place, which is The Last of Us. I'm going to put The Last of Us here. Last of Us is such a masterful game, too, with also a depressing atmosphere, very emotional roller coaster as well. I mostly only cried at the beginning, where other moments were more shock moments to me. But still, just a freaking dark-ass game. I love its level design. It is also a game you can play one time and be like, it's never going to leave you. But I have approached both the games before again and played them over again, and they're still fun times. I still love experiencing those stories and those soundtracks as well. You're not going to forget both Silent Hill 2 and, of course, Last of Us's music. Such great soundtracks in general. But yeah, absolutely love The Last of Us. Love its characters. You'll never forget the duo of Joel and Ellie and their chemistry between one another as this father-daughter kind of setup. This is really cool, and I love it. And how it eventually plays out in the very end. I wish my grandmother was here to see it, because she never got to finish that game. And she would have loved seeing the ending. She would have been like, ooh, that Joel did a bad thing. And then she's probably glad she never played the second one then, because it freaking ruins everything. It's got terrible pacing, the second one, and I find Abby's side of the characters and story is just boring and mediocre and forgettable. And the whole message of freaking violence is bad is just not emphasized enough when you're killing everybody and not feeling remorseful or anything for it, all of it. You're kind of getting your message a little mixed up, and it just feels too pretentious of a game, too. It's just really pretentious. It's almost like Zack Snyder made the game, but it's Neil Druckmann, or should I call him Drunkman? I think he was drunk when he was writing that freaking game or whatever, directing it, whatever part he played. But anyways, it just felt like somebody directing or writing or both was just very pretentious and full of themselves and thought they were being artistic and amazing. And it's just like, God, frick, I can't watch this. It's so pretentious and hard to frickin' watch or play. It's still got great gameplay. Like, I can see that gameplay as well as the animations and graphics are freaking amazing in that game, but god damn, that pretentious ass story freaking hurts. It's hard to get through the pretentiousness of creators like that makes something like that, or Ryan Johnson's freaking Last Jedi, or freaking, even though that doesn't seem pretentious, it's definitely got its moments of pretentiousness. Thinking that's deeper. It's just really dumb. Really, really dumb. So that's number 9. We'll move on to number 8. I think at number 8, so this is a hard one. I have 2 shooters I'm trying to decide between number 8 and 7. I'm trying to think, like, which one do I like better than the other one? Let's put Red Dead Redemption 2 at number 8, though, and then we'll get to number 7 and 6. Because I think Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a game that I can just ride around on my horse and have a fun time and put it in cinematic mode, because it's such a beautiful game and it's so satisfying riding around your horse. Love that you can care for your horse and it feels like a actual living being that you can interact with, and for you can freaking pet them and let them know it's okay when there's like scary animals around, all that crap. And then feed them, all that kind of stuff. And then he poops every other minute or so. But just a beautiful game. I almost put the first Red Dead. I actually think the first Red Dead, while great, is a little dated. And I prefer 2's story over it, because I think the way it plays out, even though it's really long and it has its outdated moments, just like what Nikki Jakey has said, it's still really good. It's really a really fun game. I still love its shooting mechanics. I love that you can check out all the little details that game has. Is just such a brilliant series. And Red Dead 2, with the emotions, like, it made me freaking cry twice in that game, more than The Last of Us. It was just such a masterful game, and I think Arthur Morgan, I like his character more than John Marston, though I still really like John Marston's character too. But goddamn, I didn't think they were going to top the first game and its character, but they did. They made such a fun game, and I still come back to it from time to time. Just beautiful, fun, entertaining, and it's that emotional roller coaster of a story that you love seeing yourself go through. But yeah, it's a long one, but the characters are so interesting that you just don't care. You're in for the ride. You're buckling up. So I think I've decided where I want 7 and 6 to be, but man, do I have a hard time. Over the years, I lost interest in Halo, but I do think Halo 2 is such a great game. I think it's got the best story. I love the Arbiter. Keith David's one of my favorite voice actors/actors out there. Just fantastic character, Arbiter. Halo 2 is the best story of the series. I know it has that ending that's like sequel bait, but it's just such a good game nonetheless. And it's definitely the best of the stories. And I love the level design. I've played the campaign and even the multiplayer hundreds of times with my brother, with my friends, so many people. It's just so fun. And so much replay value alone with that game. And every time I return to it, it's just one of my favorite shooters of all time. I just thought of another honorable mention. I want to give the Metro games, especially Metro Last Light being my favorite. I love the character development between you and the little dark one child. Such a good freaking game, and I love those games for their story and their atmosphere and such. And the other game, which also has a 2 and starts with an H, is Half-Life 2 at number 6. Frick yeah, Half-Life 2 is awesome, and I love Episode 2 so much, but Half-Life 2, I always come back. I've actually kind of learned to kind of like bunny hop, like fat speed run certain parts of it, not every level once again, same as I said with the earlier game on this list. But goddamn, I freaking love Half-Life 2. I love that story. I love those characters. I love how everything plays out. And it's still one of those games that I'm just like, yes, I want a Half-Life 3 so bad. There's so many interesting things going on. And now Half-Life Alyx has only made me want that more. Thank you, Gabe. But yeah, just such a masterful story, and the episodes that followed and such just made me want more from it. Such a great universe. And the G-Man alone is such an interesting character to try and figure out. Like, I can't get enough of the Half-Life universe. But I was like, do I like Half-Life 2 or Halo 2 better? I think I like Half-Life 2 better. It's just, I can't, that experience of a game, and especially if you play it on PC and you do like the co-op, you can do co-op with it and stuff. It's a freaking blast of a time, and I love its music. Even though Halo 2 has better music, in my opinion, and the Halo series in general has more iconic music, Half-Life is not to be underestimated with its great music. Just such a great series. Half-Life 1 is fantastic as well. Let's move on. I think that was number 7 and 6, so we're down to the last 5, aren't we? I'm just kind of hanging out here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 4, 5. Okay, good. So I think at number 5, I'm trying to think. Man. Games have switched around a lot for me. Oh man. I think that I'm going to put Tears of the Kingdom at number 5. I love Breath of the Wild, and I think Tears of the Kingdom is definitely a giant improvement on that game. I love its story. Once again, I love the art style. I love the open world. There's an underground world and an above world. I love the armor, the weapons, the interactability you have with the world and creating these cool machines and stuff. I love the gameplay. Freaking the story too throws me off. Though I think Majora's Mask would be my personal favorite of all time. Hold on. Jaw. Crack it. If you hear that popping. But yeah, it's just such a fantastic game, and it's definitely a step up from Breath of the Wild. Though Breath of the Wild probably gets that itch for a lot of people, and it is kind of like, in some people's eyes, they see it as a Breath of the Wild 2.0, but I don't agree, or a 2.5. I don't agree with that. It's still a fantastic game, and I don't think the durability mechanics of that game is as bad as people are making it out to be. I actually like it. Like, otherwise that game would probably be way too easy without it, not have something of interest to it. There are other games that have way worse freaking durability, weapon durability systems than that game, so not even close to being one of the worst, in my opinion. There are plenty other games that piss me off more with its durability systems. But, for example, The Witcher 3, the frickin' Dark Souls sometimes. Dark Souls does take a long time, though, but there are some Dark Souls games where they do break eventually. Get annoying. Like Dark Souls 2. And then, Fallout 76, of course, has a terrible system, but that game is not the greatest either. Even now, in my opinion, it's still not the best. It's better than it was, but still not as great as what people are making out to be. I will say the community's good, but still got a lot of glitches and stuff. Like, I tried to play the new DLC or expansion or whatever the frick that stuff was, Atlantic City stuff or whatever, and man, was it glitchy as hell. It was like reliving Fallout 76 all over again at the start. It's freaking terrible. Had like every NPC froze in place, and then I would just get randomly hit out of nowhere. Nothing was hitting me. It was just like, what the hell? just a glitchy ass game. And then its NPC characters that you could talk to to progress quests just weren't interactable anymore. So I would put Majora's Mask, and I want to do honorable mention for that too, because I think it is one of the best Zelda games, in the same way PBG has talked about it, Peanut Butter Gamer. But yeah, I love Tears of the Kingdom, but I do feel like I'm a bit pooped out in terms of Zelda games after I 100%ed Breath of the Wild technically twice now on 2 platforms, and now I did a lot of stuff for Tears of the Kingdom and just felt like, nah, I don't want to collect a bunch of Korok golden poos right now just to get another golden poo at the end of it, so no thanks. Or a glider skin, even though I have better glider skins thanks to my amiibos and such, so no thanks. That would just mean I have nothing left to come back to the game to in the first place, so I would want to at least savor it. But yeah, Zelda, I can't believe I pushed it down to 5 because Zelda used to be in my like top 3 or whatever. Now it's number 5. Still fantastic series and one of my favorites of all time. But let's move on to number 4. Man, my games have changed over time. I think for number 4, I'm gonna say Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. I absolutely love the Splinter Cell series. I still talk about it from time to time today. Love the story, love the characters. Sam Fisher is one of my favorite protagonists in anything ever. And just such an iconic design. I love his freaking design with his goggles and his suit and everything. He's freaking awesome. Love Michael Ironside's portrayal. He just gives a lot to the character that he lends. Just fantastic game. And this is a perfect game in the series. Love the controls. It still ages pretty well with its graphics and stuff. Not the best. It does have its aging points, but it's still, or date points, parts, but it's still fantastic and one of the most near perfect stealth games out there. I love its levels. I love its co-op. I love its multiplayer. I've actually become pretty good at the game back in the day, playing its multiplayer and co-op with my brother. So many fun and nostalgic times with it. Just such a good game. Game that I also played religiously. I'm not. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. And I'm a bit tired. I might rest after completing this frickin' list. It's getting hard for me to keep my eyes open right now. But yeah, I will talk about Splinter Cell. I've actually done some recent Splinter Cell things, and I want to read the Splinter Cell books for the channel sometime, as well as the comic book. I own so much Splinter Cell stuff, it's freaking crazy. There's not much Splinter Cell stuff out there to begin with, so I might practically own almost everything Splinter Cell related. And every time Sam Fisher is in another video game, I have to go for it. It's the same with another game that's going to be on this list. I have to just go for it because I love that game series that much. If they put Sam Fisher in Fortnite, I'd be like, hell yeah, give me him. But yeah, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, one of the best stealth games, one of my favorite games of all time. And moving on to number 3. Wait, is it number 3? No, it's number... Wait a minute, where am I? Oh, number 3. Sorry. I gotta say Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls, I play all the Dark Souls games so much. Dark Souls 1 is the game I know the best. It's the one I have a better grasp and idea of whenever I come back to play it. Love its bosses, even though not every boss is perfect. It's just such a classic Souls game. Demon Souls is close to it as well, but goddamn, I love Dark Souls. It's perfect in that same way I talked earlier about like Evil Dead, where Sam Raimi mastered what he wanted Evil Dead to be, and it's as well as Spider-Man and his kind of the idea he wanted for the personality and identity of the universe that he was establishing. It was established perfectly there. It's the same thing with Dark Souls 1. I feel like that's where he perfectly established what his world was wanting to be with its great lore, great world design. I love the Metroidvania design of its levels. It's the game I come to know the best. Just such a fun game. Shut up. Dink. Yeah, I can play that game for hours. It's such a fantastic series, and I love its DLC, one of my favorite DLCs of all time. Yeah, Dark Souls, just a series I can come back to, and I always fight with myself which is the best, but I think Dark Souls 1 is still one of my favorites. I always come back to it. I know its world better, its lore better, love its characters, I'll never forget them. Solaire alone. And I love the lore to Artorias too. It was freaking awesome. As well as just a lot of the lore in general in that game and how freaking cryptic and vague it is, but you discover the story yourself. You put the pieces together of the giant puzzle. It's awesome. A lot of thought and love was put into it. Even though there's some rushed areas like the Bed of Chaos' area and such. The entire level that leads there eventually. But yeah, still fantastic game that I can always replay and come back to constantly. And great challenge, even though it's not quite as challenging as it used to be. It's even a game that I wish I could replay and relive. Kind of wish I was Dave Control and got hit over the head with a bat while making a potion meant to give me an amnesia. I gotta watch him again. He's freaking awesome. I haven't watched Dave Control in a while. Yeah, there you have it. Now number 2 and 1, which aren't going to be hard to remember, so I don't need my freaking list. So number 2, it has moved to number 2, but Skyrim. Elder Scrolls was coming eventually. Skyrim is by far one of the game that I come now. I want to honorable mention Minecraft because Minecraft and Fortnite because I come back to those games a lot and I've played them for the channel a lot and I play them a lot and I love both games. I've actually become good at different aspects of them, mostly the building in Minecraft where I become good at the shooting in Fortnite. Just being a good third-person shooter. I'm good with third-person shooters than I am with first-person shooters. It's just a perspective change, honestly. What the hell? Was he higher level than me? Okay. Oh no. Whatever. I'll just respawn there. Why not? I think I need a drink. Sorry. Just eating my spaghetti. But yes, Skyrim is one of my favorite freaking open world games. It's got such a great world to explore. I love its Nordic setting. Such awesome, memorable characters and cities, landscape. It's very artistic. They really went all out with the fantasy Nordic setting and vibe. So many memorable quotes as well. Just a funny game at times, whether intentional or not intentional. It's just a masterpiece of a frickin' game in the most glitchiest ways possible. And it's the game that's like probably the nicest looking of any of the Bethesda games, even of Fallout 4. And I enjoy its story. There's things I've talked about with its story that I went in depth with before. I always get mad at Straight Up Irish again because he's like, the boss fight for Alduin's garbage. It's like, there's 2 boss fights with him though. Not one. Why do you talk about it as if there's just one boss fight? Yeah, the Parthenax fight. and you get to fight alongside gods, basically, of the equivalent of Valhalla. Such an epic setting and everything. Maybe the setup sounds cooler than the actual execution, but it's still freaking dope as hell. And I love it. I love the guilds, I love the side quests, I love the adventures, I love the companions, I love some of the features. You can get married, build your own house, or have your own house. It's mostly DLC. I love the Dragonborn DLC too. Great villain there, great story. Return to an island off of Morrowind, so it kind of feels like you're having the vibe of returning to Morrowind once again. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, I love the cities. There's some really creative, imaginative cities that stand out, from Markarth to Riften to Whiterun. Probably my top 3 cities right there. Then Solitude and Windhelm. Love them. And the College of Winterhold, while definitely small, feels like Hogwarts, miniature Hogwarts. But yeah, freaking awesome game with great set pieces and adventures, puzzles that are easy, admittedly, but still a fun time. And has plenty of variety in dungeons and dungeon design as well. And I love Blackreach, even though a lot of people hate it and it's a difficult area. It's still a beautiful area that reminds me of the same mystical, like, alien vibe I get from Morrowind's mushroomy kingdom. Yeah, awesome freaking game that I have still play today. And so many people have modded and play today and talk about today. It's still such a big game that people return to, and it's surprising. I've even discovered things new that have happened here and there that I'm just like blown away how I'm still discovering stuff as I play it even now, and seeing other people discover stuff from it too. Just an awesome experience overall. And it feels like the Lord of the Rings adventure you want in game form. It's fantastic. And it takes the good of both previous Elder Scrolls worlds. Like, for example, the cart, like riding a cart from place to place, or if you take the road survival mode, helps to make it feel kind of more windish too. You mostly have to travel on foot instead of using fast travel. That's pretty cool. As well as the difficulties are freaking ridiculous on Legendary. Trust me, I've played it, and survival only makes it harder, so you're definitely not going to be any short of difficulties that the game throws at you. But you feel powerful when you get finally some of the best armor, like the Daedric or the Dragon Scale or Bone or whatever armor, and those really powerful, cool weapons that it gives you. There's literally the Blood Skull Sword that I love in the DLC that feels like the Legend of Zelda's Master Sword, where you shoot a beam from the goddamn sword. That's pretty cool. Just such a good game with so much great content. And it's very rewarding with its stuff, just like Dark Souls is. Both fantastic games that I put neck and neck a lot. But yeah, Skyrim number 2. And of course, number 1 to end this video off, and I will be playing for the channel very soon because I want to, and I've been waiting to, for the Male Shepherd. That's right, it's the Mass Effect series. You're thinking, what game? I would choose, of course, between Mass Effect 2 and 3. I've talked about 3 being the biggest tearjerker not too far, or not too long ago. Sorry. I'm tired. And I have to choose the Legendary Edition. I can't go without any of the games. I have to choose the Legendary Edition because I can't play one without thinking of the others or having the others there. It's such a fantastic series that you have to experience. If you're a big fan of Star Trek and such, you'll love this series. But I actually love it more than Star Trek and Star Wars and all that crap. Best sci-fi I've ever experienced, with awesome characters, great character development, lore building in its world and story. Okay, those guys are definitely higher level, because that guy was taking very little damage from me. Alright. Okay. Don't go that way. Excuse me. I love a lot of the different missions and the interactions between the characters. So many memorable lines, so many iconic set pieces and stuff. Man, that's the story of those games and how intense the sense of danger those games are building up to the Reapers finally getting there. The villains, just everybody in those games work perfectly. Even characters you hate are still really good because you freaking hate them because they're written well to hate. But such a fantastically written series, such a complete series. I know people hate the ending of 3, and they have fixed it up. But goddamn, still really good, and that game has mostly positives that overpower the negatives, in my opinion. So no matter how bad that ending is, it's the reason the entirety of the rest of that game is the reason I wanted to play it. Did you know that the first game I played was Mass Effect 3. I actually did not care to play the Mass Effect series until I was like, you know what, people talk highly of this series. I'm pre-ordering the collector's edition of 3. I don't know why, I'm just going for it. I did it. I played that game through. My mom got the news before I got to the ending where she was like, uh-oh, I'm hearing bad news about people hating the ending of this game. I got to it. I got the worst ending possible. Matter of fact, I got everybody killed along the adventure. I love the choice making, the RPG elements. The gameplay is up my alley because it's a third-person shooter, though I wouldn't say the best. Still solid. And I love your abilities and stuff. Excuse me. Something in my throat. But goddamn, when I got through that and how many tears I shed for that game and that game series in general, and the sacrifices of just the really cool characters along the way, or when you finally get to know how to save everybody too. Just so satisfying. Such a good game, and I love the romances too. And some of my favorite characters come out of this series, like Garrus and Tali alone are two of my favorite characters of all time in anything. They're just greatly developed characters. They're even characters that are relatable because they're socially awkward characters at times, but they can be funny and smart and such. And it's like, god damn, these characters are. It feels like you get to know these characters as real people in real life. In your real life, it's so relatable and interesting. And yet they're freaking aliens that you've never seen in your world before. And it's just such a creative universe with great moments and such. A giant scale of a story. One of the best RPGs with the best storylines and the best characters out there ever. And I freaking love it and can't wait to return to it again. Freaking love it. Every time I play Mass Effect, I've played the Mass Effect trilogies so much times now. And sadly, while I lost my save data for the PlayStation, god damn, I love the series. And even though I haven't completed every achievement, I freaking I even bought action figures more recent of both Tali and Garrus, which are expensive, by the way. Frick. It's actually a couple of months I got them. And yeah, I can pose them or put them up somewhere. That would be cool. I think I showed them in a video a while back too. But awesome. Love them. Such a great game. And of course I had to get the frickin' Garrus armor and frickin' Destiny 2. I was like, god damn, I love Mass Effect. I'm glad crossing over with something else recently. I don't know if I want to see a Mass Effect 4 or whatever the frick it's being called. The latest one that we're hearing about coming out. Because honestly, I don't want to see it return. Because they can't live up to the greatness that Mass Effect is. But goddamn, what a fantastic series. And yeah, I kind of am morbidly curious to see what else they do to the world. And it makes Mass Effect Andromeda all the more just disappointing because it doesn't have nearly, can't live up to the scale of Mass Effect, as well as the sense of danger those games built up, the character development and story of those games, even the role playing and the glitches it had and stuff just couldn't live up to it, and it was very fake feeling. Or at least there was choices, even when it was bare bones, that at least felt like it impacted stuff within the universe of Mass Effect. And it's just such a powerful series in general. But yeah, I can't wait to play that series, and now I will be talking during that series, because when I did my original playthrough of Mass Effect 1 through 3, I did not talk at all. I wanted the game to do most of the talking while I played, so that you guys could experience the story and characters and such, because I wanted to give the game the respect it deserves. It's just that good, in my opinion at least. But I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. I'm surprised nothing has beaten the Mass Effect series. If I personally chose just one Mass Effect game, it's between 2 and 3. I think I would go with 3, because if you include the DLCs are way better in 3. That Citadel DLC stuff is just so good, and it really helps to make the characters stand out. But also, that game is just an emotional roller coaster ride in general. Like, so many characters die off whether you like it or not. It's just great. Wait, what? And ask for a backup request? Or are they asking for one from me? Yeah, freaking, yeah, that's my top 30 games. I'm getting tired, so I'm probably going to sleep after this. Or take a rest or whatever. Oh yeah, and Space Ghost Coast to Coast has a 30th anniversary, by the way. It's streaming some of its shows. I love Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Such an awesome freaking show, and it was one of my favorites growing up and watching. Hilarious. My friend finally was watching some of the episodes and having a fun time with them and freaking laughing our asses off. Freaking shut up, little man. And I've done the voices of both Moltar and Zorak for the channel before, so that's always fun. I love doing those characters. I am the lone locust of the apocalypse. But yeah, such a fantastic series. I recommend you go watch that in your spare time if you can. And yeah, I'll see you next time. You have an awesome day or night, depending on where you are in the world and what your time zone is, and what time it is where you are currently right now. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See a blue screen briefly.